I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
This is the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Inside the ring. Outside the ring. It's all here.
We're talking about the greatest sport of all, professional wrestling. Come on!
And now, here's Nick and Keith.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Universal Wrestling Podcast. My name is Nick. His name is Keith, and we're back, baby, just like CM Punk, just like AEW Forbidden Door, and yes, Money in the Bank. We're going to talk all about that tonight, right here on the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Keith, what's good, buddy? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, sir.
Yes, sir, man. I'm doing well. First day back at the office. I only did a half day. It was a little tough just because I'm so used to just getting up, going to the couch, you know. And
fuck that. Yeah, that sucks.
Or waking up early, taking a shower, you know, getting into the groove, driving.
The whole routine.
Yes, I know this sounds like first world problems, but hey, it is what it is.
Hell yeah. No, that's some bullshit. That sucks, man. Glad you're here. Made it through. Started all over again here. Yeah, you know.
What's up with you? Faction Cast, what's up, brother?
Oh, what's good, Faction?
Woo.
I'm cool. I was telling you a little bit before here, just some bullshit last night. Tried to go to the Phillies game, got rained out, but friggin' sat there for 2+ hours, almost 3 hours for them to tell me, nah, ain't happening.
Yeah,
but
they want to keep you there as long as possible.
That's sports, I guess. That's sports. Just but yeah, cool. Otherwise, little man sleeping really well. Just been he's definitely about to go through a growth spurt. Just been eating and sleeping. Like, that's it. We took him last night, and he was a champ. We took him last night, and it was a champ. Okay. It was raining the whole time, but like kept him covered, kept him all nice and warm and stuff, obviously. But kid slept the whole fucking time until like maybe 20 minutes before we're about to leave. He like woke up, and I'm like, all right, we'll feed you, and we took him. And that was it. Took him home. Yeah, chilled. It's awesome. He's the fucking best.
He's here. Just in time.
Thank God.
All right, stats, man.
Now it's fun. Now we're good.
Please let us know.
We won't talk nonsense, or if we do, we have someone who can back us up.
Yes,
that's what's up.
Yeah, man. Good week. Let's get into it. Let's promote the Bloodline Entertainment Network. You see it there, that logo. They are on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. We have a fancy website. Yes, right below Keith. Everything. Entertainment, yes, we got that. Sports, yeah, we got that. And of course, wrestling, we have that handled too. A lot of good content, a lot of new content coming on each and every day of the week. And then tonight, after us, the Bloodline, the member, the crews, they're going to go live with WrestleBread JD. They're going to go live and do the AEW Forbidden Door predictions. That's going to be cool. So stay tuned. 9 p.m. EST right here. One more thing before we get going here. You know who it is. The BroKast. Yes.
The boys down under.
Exclusively right here on the Universal Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel. And as well, Bloodline Entertainment Network. You can find UWPod as well as BroKast on the UWPod and on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. We do have a fancy website, UWPod. You can find our content there. Tell me when to shut up. Our content there, as well as BroKast content. They have their own little tab. So, yeah, go check them out. Let's talk some wrestling. I'm over this. Yes, the return of the return. We wanted it so bad. We got it not once, but twice. He returned.
I don't know about we. I don't know how much we all wanted it so bad, but
Yep.
you know.
Well, he's back. Made his debut.
What's good, Dylan?
What's good, Dylan? He made his debut again with AEW, but on their new show, AEW Collision. Really cool to see Saturday Night Wrestling again. They had an awesome intro with Elton John.
Yeah, that was huge.
Saturday. They must be paying bank because they got the Devils. What is it? Devil Do is something with the Rolling Stones and MJF.
Sympathy for the Devil, yeah.
Yeah, they got Cassidy with his song. They have the Bucks with their song. I mean,
Jungle Boy.
Oh, yes. When Tony Khan needs to do something, he does it. I like it. I don't know if he needed to do this, Keith, but I tell you one thing. If I'm not a wrestling fan, if I did not have a wrestling podcast with you and I just saw Punk out there for the first time, I'm like, holy shit, this promo is awesome. This is like what I'm missing. This is like, I don't say Attitude Era-esque, but it was like, holy shit, no F's given. And he didn't just, he kind of sort of apologized, but he didn't to the Bucks. He kind of did it towards the fans. And as a wrestling fan, I'm like, okay, I dig that. I understand it. But then knowing what I know now, it's like, what a dickhead, man. Just say I'm sorry. But then again, it goes, the rumors are rumors, Keith.
Right.
We heard what the Bucks did and Kenny did to Punk. We don't know if that's true. But like I said, at the end of the day, if I was just a casual fan and I'm seeing Punk for the first time on Saturday, I'm like, holy shit, this promo's dope. But again, knowing what I know, I will shut up. Let's hear it, buddy. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of dicks all around this situation. And that was never a thing from the outset. I know I went off on a little tirade last week specifically about Pepsi Phil here, but, the Bucks and Kenny weren't right either. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, not to get all deep into that, but, like, their end of the shit, at the very least, it's EVPs of a company barging into the room of one of their employees. You can't do that. So they're in the wrong also.
Yeah.
No one was right in this situation.
Yeah.
Period. Having said that, I agree with you. I mean, walking in with blind eyes, if I hadn't paid attention to wrestling over the past 10 years, if this was the first thing I turned on coming back from like my little break when I thought wrestling wasn't cool or thought it would get me laid to think it wasn't cool, which didn't work. I'm with it. I've been like, dude, this guy, oh my God, this is awesome. I'm not that guy though. And with the glasses of cynicism and thinking I'm like a smark or whatever, like it was a lot of,
Yeah.
I want to try to get this all out now before TK gets here and hates on us for it. But like, I was just listening to it and I'm just like, shut up, man. Like, stop me when I'm telling lies. That was just giving me Bobby Fish vibes.
Yeah.
Folks, where's the lie? But people were actually cheering them.
Yeah.
Well,
it helped that it was in Chicago.
Exactly. And it's one of those things we kind of talked about last week. Exactly, Justin. It did feel like he was going in circles. And it's one of the things I was kind of talking about last week is like the stuff he was saying is like things that like Ring of Honor CM Punk or like fresh into WWE CM Punk, who's like what, 20, late 20s ish, early 20s, like still younger Punk saying that stuff. Yeah, it's like, oh, fighting the man, the voice of the voiceless, all this.
Yeah.
You're 44. You're 44 years old. It's time to grow up. It's time to, and they don't like that I don't apologize. Like, nobody likes people that don't apologize. I didn't apologize for a lot of shit when I was a teenager, and I regret it so much. And I'm not even 40 yet, thankfully. But, I remember, like, not tipping, like, delivery drivers and being like, oh, what a prick you were.
Yeah.
Like, Christ,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this guy's like, I'm going to keep my boots around my neck. I'm going to keep wearing them until someone can fill them. Like, well, I mean, honestly, Phil, I feel like a lot of people have filled your boots. I think there's a lot of people that are far better than you.
Yeah.
I also didn't love, so trying to look at it as like just collision.
What's up, Dom?
This bubble. What's good, Dom? Trying to like think of it like in the bubble of like collision. That's the way you start a show. The same way they did with Rampage.
Yes.
Like you gotta have Punk. You gotta get that pop. You're in Chicago. You get all this stuff, and that was all great, and that all happened for them and everything.
Yes.
But now we're back into everything else, and like we gotta see where this is all gonna go. And like I said last week, there's still a chance maybe I do eat my words. This week I'm not eating my words from last week, but who knows? Month's time, whatever. I just like it's weird. Like the debut episode of Collision was like I don't even know how I really felt about it as a whole because like I hate that Wardlow lost the title again.
Yeah.
Like someone just release Wardlow. Let him go somewhere that they're going to appreciate him because Jesus Christ. So like I hated that happened. The Punk, FTR, and Samoa Joe and Bullet Club Gold match was solid. And like I loved that Samoa Joe and CM Punk had the face off because like, come on, it's great.
Kofi's in the building. What's up, brother? Long time no see, my man.
My man.
Yeah.
But then, him, what's up, Graydon? Him acknowledging it on Dynamite and just being like, I'm not even supposed to be here. Like, it feels like Collision is like this thing, like they made it of just being like, all right, you pissed us off, you tried to walk out, you got suspended, You're all going to go here and just shut up and stay there. Because Andrade was on there, Miro was on there.
Yes. I thought
Thunder Rosa
was?
Yeah. Am I crazy? Did Thunder wrestle that night or she's supposed to? She's supposed to, though, I think, at some point here. Like, it's just this, like, island of misfit toys, which is fine, but it's, like, weird that's, like, a thing. Like, just rather than, as a boss, as a company, trying to be like, hey, we're all employees here, get your shit together, make the money we're supposed to make. They're like, well, we'll just do this whole new deal and purchase this new thing and, spend more money on something to keep you all happy. Like,
yeah, why not focus that attention to Rampage? Yeah. Like, why? Or move Rampage to Saturday.
Well, and it makes Rampage feel like more of like a joke now too, especially with the whole thing after, was it by the end of Dynamite or it might have been today of just being like MJF appearing on Rampage for the first time. Like, you're flat out just saying it's a B show. Like, why do you even still have it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was all weird. I'm going off on a tangent, and this is about Punk, not everything else.
Yeah. I think the issue that I have with Punk is that maybe it's not even with him. It's just, it's okay. He's back. Like, dust it under the rug and just not even be men about it, because neither side are being grown-ups in this situation. Punk is going on live TV and saying what he really feels, like he always does, which, we love him for that. But other than that, it's just like, I don't know. He just feels like a fraud. It feels fake to me. And then you got the Bucks. And again, rumors are rumors. I pride myself not bringing up dirt sheets. But if that's true, then that's kind of bullshit what they did with sending him a letter, not, don't ever talk to us ever again, blah, blah, blah. Again, we don't know. But it just, I don't know. It just seems like, hey, we need you. We want you. Let's make a show. And it's just, like you said, the land of misfit toys. It's
like this,
do that for no reason. Like, what does this do?
Down in the bottom, this corner that I'm pointing toward over there, with taking that, like, I don't know if that's a thing. I guess I've never noticed it on Dynamite or not. But like when he talked on Dynamite after the little beatdown, whatever, he didn't have one on then either. But like this picture.
Well, yeah,
it's like disrespectful as shit of him just being like, I don't give a shit about the company. I'm CM Punk and my microphone. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to spend, hours again here ranting off about him and stuff. But like maybe I'd be feeling different if they brought him back and they made him a heel. And he's doing all this shit of just like, I'm not the company, I'm better than the company. And like really, really healed it up that way. But I don't know.
Well, as a business,
it's not doing it for me.
Yeah. For I'll ask you this as a for like a, I guess as a business decision, bringing him back, putting him on a show with Miro, with Andrade, with all the guys that they are who they are. They might be misfits, but they are entertaining. Is that a good business decision? I mean, that's what you have to look at. And I know, the cons. They are, they own the Jaguars. They own a football team. They own, obviously, AEW and probably a lot more that we don't know.
There was a rumor this week they're buying something else. I forget what it was, though. Justin might know that. I don't know. But there was a rumor they were interested in buying like a hockey team, maybe.
Okay. But
I might be wrong.
I mean, like, it doesn't look like they make a lot of bad decisions.
Right.
With what they're doing with the Jaguars, if you just want to look at football, bringing in Dougie P, he's a player's coach. You have Trevor Lawrence as your number one. You go out and get him a number one tight end. You go out and get him a good offensive line. Yeah, it might not be Tony and his father, but they make good decisions when it comes to business. I don't know about this.
Yeah, that's the thing is that it's,
Bellator. Yes.
Bellator. Thank you, Justin. That's like the thing is that it's like, it's tough
Hockey
because
team.
It's like, is this a good decision? Is it a bad decision? Yes. Dom, I'm going to get back. I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
Hold on to that. Cause like, it's tough to say. Cause like, it's a good decision. It's a bad decision. Like it's both, because like on the one hand, from the fan end of things, I mean, I guess besides like me and Justin and Dom, from the fans end of things, like, yeah, it's a great decision. They bring them back, pop the ratings,
money.
You sell out the first Collision and whatever else. And it seems like, next week's Collision also, like the ticket sale things, like it went up massively too since Punk returned and stuff. Like, so
good.
Yeah, from that end of that piece of the business end of it, yeah, it's a good thing. But like from like your employees end of things as a business decision, like, nah, that's kind of shitty because you're setting this precedent of just being like, well, if you're big enough and if you carry enough weight for me here, you can pretty much do whatever you want. He said in that ESPN interview that like he apologized to Tony Khan, but like at the end of the day, in that press conference, in that media scrum afterwards, he made Tony Khan look like a fucking chump.
He did.
Hardcore. Just
embarrassing.
I'm fucking high. Like awful. Like you just like imagine, like think of your own job. Like if I did that shit to my boss, fuck out of here. I'm done for. There's no way.
Yeah.
Have a company-wide meeting that like the public is watching for the announcement of something, and I'm just like, this guy can't manage. They're like, oh, cool. Yeah, great. Get gone immediately. Like,
There they are.
There he is again.
There they are.
The midday
and we'll
view.
Do it.
We love it.
Boom.
But yeah, so I mean, I guess that's what it comes down to. It's like it's a double-edged thing. Like it's good for the business part of it, but like it's not a great precedent to be setting for the other end of it. And honestly, not even just, I mean, that's like for the Punk piece specifically, but like for kind of all of, I shouldn't say all, because like I don't think Miro did anything wrong really.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the Collision, I mean, Andrade got sent home and then just disappeared for a while because he tried to fight Sammy Guevara a bunch of times. And then they sent him home and like, all right, fine, you're still under contract. You're going to go over here.
Did he put on some muscle?
Andrade?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like that flips and flops like literally weekly with him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely more jacked than he was when he was with NXT and WWE.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, he's great. I'm glad he's back too.
Yeah.
I'm glad all of them that came back are back, like besides Punk.
Yeah.
I love Miro. I need more out of Miro.
And I guess with Rosa, I mean, yes, they have another show. It's on TNT, the Access show. And it just seems like, not all the women in the locker room really like Rosa. Jesus. Really like shit.
Thunder Rosa. You got
Thunder.
it.
Oh, okay.
Thunder Rosa, Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
TR, whatever.
It doesn't seem like they like her either. And again, we don't really know what happened.
Right.
Just like with Punk, as much as we think we know from, Dave Meltzer and, the stories just on the web, we don't know. So I'm excited because, again, wrestling on Saturday, that's really cool. Is it just the land of the misfit toys? Like what are we doing here? I'm going to watch it because I'm a wrestling fan.
Absolutely.
I
changed it on my DVR to record Collision every week, and I'm not recording Rampage anymore. If I catch Rampage live, if I don't, I'm not missing too much by not watching Nyla Rose matches every week. No hate on Nyla.
No, well, that's why she's there. Yeah.
I'm not hurting for missing those matches. I'll keep an eye on Collision at least for a little while here to start out.
Yeah.
And like Dom like Dom had kind of said.
Oh yeah, what did you have to say?
I'm agreeing with him that it's the promo feels like it is setting up Punk MJF down the line for the title, which is fine, but it's also like we saw that already. I mean, it's cool because like the story is there that Punk never lost, he got stripped, and MJF kind of took it over after there and stuff. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's tough because like I don't know how much of it is just like me being like, you know, shitty about it or whatever, and how much is like how much of me is not interested in it versus how much of me is not interested in it because I'm so overhearing about Punk and all the nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
That could be it.
You know, because I guess it makes sense. It is the ready-made story. Punk never lost it. MJF's the current one. Punk never lost. So, like, you know, that's like a ready-made. I have suggested feuds like that in the past for stuff, you know? So, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he's doing what he thinks is best. And it is bringing in money. It really is. I think that's why, you know, we may not like when Vince brings in the legends like Goldberg and have him go over. You know, it's just, the kids love it. And that's what they cater to. And
exactly.
It's just, you kind of just have to deal with it because wrestling is back on Saturdays, because, you know, we do have an alternative, and it's just, I'm here for it, but I don't know. Like I said, as a wrestling fan, I know what Punk really means. You know, I'm not casual. I watch it and I understand it. And I know he's, you know, not being the greatest employee. I get that. But I guess I'm here for the ride. See what happens.
Yeah. I'm interested to see where it goes, but like it's almost like I'm more interested to see where it goes because I'm like waiting for like him to fuck
another
up
blow
or something. Up. Exactly. Yeah. Like it's not like, oh, like I'm stoked that he's back to see the feuds he's gonna have and the matches he's gonna do and all this kind of stuff. It's like I'm eager to watch it to see who pisses him off this time and whatever. You know? Yeah. He's like Axl Rose.
Yeah. Let's stick with AEW, but let's talk about boom, baby.
Yeah.
AEW Forbidden Door. Excellent, amazing pay-per-view last year. I was there live in Chicago. I got to meet mainly, you know, most of the Bloodline members, and it was just one hell of a weekend. And, you know, what we were saying is, you know, we had so much fun because we were all together. We were meeting, you know, up with podcasters for the first time. But going into the event, we wanted this, you know, that's on the screen. We wanted Ospreay and Kenny. We wanted DB or BD and Okada. We wanted this, but we didn't get it because things happened. Guys got injured. It was still a great event. It was still one of the best matches I've ever seen live. Ospreay and Cassidy. That was just phenomenal. It's just that it wasn't what we wanted. Again, for me, fucking best weekend, one of my favorite weekends of my life. It was just awesome to just hang out with the boys and just do stupid shit and watch wrestling all week or all weekend and not worry about the wife and all that. It was just something special. But this is what we wanted. I mean, have you seen the lineup? It's what you want. It's what you want when it comes to a WWE and you know, WCW kind of deal. When you have the man, basically two of the best wrestlers in the world going one-on-one. That's what you want out of this. Let's hear it, man. What are your thoughts about going into it and just overall?
So I honestly thought Forbidden Door last year was like top 3 shows of last year.
Nice.
Because like it's because like they did this awesome thing of like under promising and then over delivering with it.
Yes.
Like, because it's cool. Like, they're in this really cool position where it's like, because it's these two completely different, like, self-sustaining companies with their own fan bases and own storylines and all this kind of stuff going on, you know, we haven't already seen up to this, it's this weekend, but up at this point, we haven't seen like 400 promos back and forth every week leading up to, like, since the last pay-per-view. There hasn't been a promo every single week of Kenny on Ospreay and Ospreay on Kenny and Kenny on Ospreay and Ospreay on Kenny, and then them both in the ring together, and then and then he's got the momentum going this weekend. Like, none of that. It hasn't been any of that. You know, like, they've chirped back and forth with stuff, but it hasn't been this like, no, they're fighting, they hate each other, they're fighting, like, this is the feud. Like, it's just kind of, you know, it's a casual thing, especially in, you know, who we're looking at down here with Danielson and friggin' Okada. Like, they've said like 2 things to each other. Yeah. Like, Danielson cut the promo this week. Okada like said something online, that's it. We're going. Like, awesome. There's not a whole lot behind it. It's going to be a great match, though. So it's like you're not going in with these expectations of like, oh, well, because of this and this and this, the story's going to be da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just like, this guy's awesome. This guy's awesome. They're going to fight. This guy's great. This guy's great. They're going to fight. These 4 dudes are going to tear the house down on a 4-way for the international championship.
Yes.
And also Jungle Boy's fighting Sonata.
Yeah. And it just seems like that is Tony Khan's blueprint. I mean, that exactly what you said, Keith, is what happened last year. Yeah. Unfortunately, there was more injuries, but still there wasn't a lead up. There wasn't a storyline. There wasn't back and forth. But when he got there, it was like, holy shit, this is great. And that's, Tony Khan 101. I mean, he does not have a great buildup. Maybe the main event, maybe MJF, but this is not MJF's event. This is Forbidden Door. This is, East versus the West, North versus South. It's what you want. Not a great buildup, but when you put DB, Omega, Ospreay, Okada, I mean, the list goes on. Even one of my favorites, Tom Lawler, made this pay-per-view, and he's going against Adam Cole. I mean, Tom Lawler, filthy. Like, if you don't know him, go Google him, go watch some of his stuff. Wonderful, he's man. Just something special.
Wonderful, man.
Yeah, and it's just like, again, I guess he gets away with it, Tony, with not booking this really strong just because that's what he's doing.
That's what I mean. Like, that's the beauty of both Forbidden Door 2 here and Forbidden Door last year, is that it's like he kind of can, but like because of the amount of talent, with like one exception, like with the amount of talent that's going on with all of it, it's just like you can't miss, like I'm not really stoked about Jungle Boy and Sonata. I don't know a ton about Sonata, and Jungle Boy or Jack Perry, whatever we're supposed to call him now, Jungle Jack Perry. I like him in the ring, but I find him very boring as like a character, as in anything. Like when he talks, I'm just like, oh, okay. Gives me like a Zoe Stark vibe. Just like let someone else talk for him and let him do his shit in the ring. And he'll be fine. So that one's whatever. The only downside outside of that match, though, the only other downside that I have is last year we were supposed to get Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr., but Danielson was hurt. So we got ZSJ and Claudio, which was great too.
It was great, yeah.
I wanted that this year, but I'm not mad that the replacement for that is instead Danielson and Okada.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, I want mainly I just want Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. before Danielson has to retire again.
Yeah.
And which we're getting closer and closer to that.
Soon.
He's
he's
being held on by like tape and beard hair. So like, let's get that done while we can. But like I said, the replacements for it, Danielson and Okada is going to fucking slap. And the 4-way that Zack Sabre Jr. is in with Garcia and Shibata and Orange Cassidy. Is it Shibata?
Let's see.
No, is it?
Cassidy.
Yeah, it was the 4 from the tag match.
Yes, and Garcia.
Cassidy and Shibata, Garcia.
Garcia's a dope.
Zack Sabre Jr.
You like him?
I do. He's another one. His character stuff I go up and down on that. I was really digging it when he was like leaning too really hard into the sports entertainer stuff while just being like a badass in the ring. That was great. But he's awesome in the ring. That's one that like I don't need to talk it in that one. Yeah. And Garcia's character now-ish is like, I go very up and down on his character work, but he's really good in the ring. So that's gonna be a belter.
Yeah, I complained last year that I wanted to see more strong guys. I mean, I guess we're seeing Tom Lawler, one of the best strong guys in New Japan. Somebody like Rosner, I would like to see him. I don't know why that hasn't happened. I mean, we know him as a wrestler. If you're, in America, you know who that is. Primetime Players, WWE. But I'm not complaining this year just because we get it. I mean, we get to see Okada and Danielson. I mean, Danielson, I don't know if he's ever looked better, to be honest. I didn't watch his, ROH days, but I watched all of his WWE time when he was with WWE. And I mean, he was great, but this is just like the Danielson you want, the Danielson you need. And this is what we're getting. We're getting this badass mother effer going one-on-one with Okada. I mean, one of the best, not in Japan, not in, Europe, in the world. I mean, this guy is just top notch, and we wanted to see this, and we're getting that. So I love it, man. And then even, I mean, we can't ignore this. Ospreay and Omega too. I mean, this is something special just because, I just said Okada is the best in the world or one of the best, but Ospreay is the best. I don't care what you say. It's cool. It's cool. Again, the build up, blah. But like you said, you don't really need a great build up if you're going to have these 4 guys, basically main eventing your pay-per-view.
Now, let me ask you. Now, I'm going to preface this also. I'm going to ask this question, but I'm going to preface with I don't have an option. But have you thought at all, who is Kingston going to pick? Or anybody that's here listening and wants to chime in.
Yeah.
Who is Kingston picking to team up with him, the Bucks, and Hangman against Blackpool and Geshta? Because that's going to be cool. I think that's going to that whoever it's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be.
It's got to be a New Japan guy, right?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's the forbidden door.
Because he's kind of like
only the forbidden door to Japan, or is it the forbidden door with Impact? Is it Impact? Ishii?
Okay.
That happened, Justin? When did I miss? Did I miss that? Fuck yeah, that's going to be another amazing one.
Oh, okay. I missed it too.
That's going to be incredible.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Lord.
What up, Devin?
We're
talking
Devin?
About your favorite company, AEW. Yeah.
Damn, Ishii. That's gonna be another one. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't need so that's like the one match that has a hefty amount of story behind it, but I'm so much more invested in that because of the other stuff coming into it now. I'm invested in the fact that Eddie Kingston's back because I fucking love Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
And now that Ishii is going to be with them too. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Goddamn. Yes. Oh, all right. I didn't finish Dynamite last night. I'll be honest with you. It's tough being able to watch wrestling when you got a baby.
Yeah.
And a wife who doesn't want to watch wrestling at all.
Oh, yeah. Right there with you, brother.
I was watching it this morning and she came down. I'm like, oh, no. It's like you get caught watching porn. Just like, no, I'm not. I got on. I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll get the laptop every now and then because we have YouTube TV. Yeah. I guess you could do it with any company.
Yeah.
With Xfinity or Verizon, but YouTube, and I'll just put it on the laptop and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, watching wrestling. You're watching your baking show.
Work.
Yeah.
Doing work.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm also excited. You brought it up, Sonata and Jack Perry. I think that's going to be really interesting. I think their styles are different, but also as a person, as a character, they are similar in that way. It's going to be fun. I mean, it's something that you want if you're a wrestling fan that you really are a wrestling fan, because when someone says like New Japan, who's Okada? Like, you hear it, you understand it, who maybe of him, but of him because maybe your buddy's talking about him, or you hear it on the podcast with Dave Meltzer. It's going to be cool. I don't know if it's going to do numbers, but I don't think that's what it's about. I think it's about Danielson and Okada and Ospreay and Omega, and then throw in Ace versus MJF. Again, I just think MJF is there just to be there. They need somebody like him to, talk the shit, because he's been talking this shit for a long time with New Japan. So it'll be fun.
I'm going to put this up here because I don't want to ignore this because this is brilliant. If Simon Dean somehow shows up on Forbidden Door, I'm going to lose my shit. That's going to be great. I'm pretty sure he retired, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What do you got?
So my like I had said, I mean, my main thing with Jack Perry and Sonata is that, one, I'll be the first one to admit it, and I'm not, the best, makes me a bad wrestling fan, I guess. I'm not super familiar with Sonata.
Yeah.
I know the name, heard him talked about a lot. I'm pretty sure this is like his first run with the IWGP championship and everything. And it's fine. I don't hate him. I don't really know him. So I don't from that end of that part of the match, I got nothing on because I don't know him. Don't hate him, just don't know him. Jack Perry, like I said, he's great in the ring, and that's kind of what this all is about, is more like the in-ring and everything and whatnot. And he answered an open challenge, so you can't hate him for that. There hasn't been a lot of talk for it build up or anything. I guess it's just like I'm not as invested because I don't know enough. I don't know anything about Sonata, and Jack Perry kind of annoys me when he talks. But I did see this earlier today. Let me just read it out because I screenshotted it. So this was from Tokyo Sports, which I hope is reputable. Who the hell knows? Sonata comments on his AEW Forbidden Door booking. This is a quote from Sonata. He says, "I have no knowledge of Jack Perry. It's sad to see someone like that challenge for the IWGP. Is an open challenge really that easy to decide? It's the IWGP. I think it's worth more than the AEW championship." So like reading that earlier definitely like brought it down for me as like a thing too. Cause like my thoughts on not knowing Sonata to begin with and kind of hating when Jack Perry talks, it's just like, well, now half of the match is just being like, this is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know Sonata, so maybe that's in character.
Yeah.
In which case, good on you, but
yeah,
I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But everything else outside of that one for me is going to be killer.
Yeah.
We're getting Tony Storm and Willow, right? That's going to be sick.
That's your girl.
I love Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And again, I think what you brought up is the issue. Knowing about Ospreay, knowing about Okada, that's cool. Oh yeah, I saw that on, Dave Meltzer's podcast, or I heard it on another podcast. You don't really know them. So that's why I think there's an issue. I think that, but you can't do anything about it. I mean,
right.
You're going to be a fan of WWE. That is totally different than New Japan, just a style, just everything. So it is a hard event to sell for the casual fans. But then again, AEW is the alternative. AEW is, that's who they're selling to. They're catering to us. They're catering to the audience that knows who Okada is, that understands that New Japan may not be in America. As dumb as it sounds, that's, some people just don't know who it is. So that is the issue. But again, we're getting dream matches here. I mean, yes, we're seeing Ospreay again, but come on. How many times did you say to yourself, Danielson, Okada, it needs to happen. He needs to go one-on-one before he gets, before he retires or gets hurt again,
Yeah, exactly. I still feel that way. Yeah. That's why I said, like I said, I'm not mad that it's Danielson and Okada because that's going to kill, but I do miss that. I'm still upset we haven't gotten Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. yet, but we'll get there. I'm just hoping we get there before Danielson's done. It's got to happen. They're the same guy, just years apart, and one's British.
Yeah.
Yeah. This also looks nothing like him. Sorry, pro wrestling tease, but that's not a very good Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh my God, I thought that
right.
I don't know.
If it wasn't for the suplex jacket with the Union Jack, I was like, I don't know who this is.
Well, anyway, Keith, speaking of Forbidden Door, tonight right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network, YouTube, Twitch, whatever you want to watch us on, we're going to have a prediction show at 9 p.m. with WrestleBread and the Bloodline crew. So make sure you tune in because we are done talking about AEW. That was long enough. That was too long.
It was.
Let's get into it. WWE Money in the Bank update. Well, you see him right here. Keith's number one wrestler of 2023, Logan Paul. He is back. I don't want to say Austin Theory-esque, but it kind of reminds me of Austin Theory and him just being inserted into the Money in the Bank match. It's going to happen. I don't think the outcome's going to be the same. I don't think he's going to win it. It just doesn't make sense to me. But you love that idea, and I want to hear more of it. Let's hear it.
God damn you.
You do.
I hate this idea. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't hate Logan Paul. I don't hate Logan Paul as a wrestler. Let me put it that way. I don't hate Logan Paul as a wrestler.
Yeah.
I put him in that same group as put him near the same level as like Bad Bunny, as just being someone who was like on the periphery, who came in and just they got it. They were decent in the ring. His entrance at Mania could have been better, but the match at Mania was really good.
Yes.
The spot with Ricochet at the Rumble
Yes.
Great. If he wins Money in the Bank, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't know how aneurysms happen, and I think that's the whole point is like nobody really knows how aneurysms happen, but if Logan Paul wins Money in the Bank,
Yep.
might have an aneurysm. There's no point for him to win it. It's tough to even call him a part-timer because this is all that it's been. He showed up before WrestleMania last year and was like, I'm in this match. Then he showed up before Crown Jewel and was like, I'm in this match last year or whatever Saudi one that he went to. I think it was Crown Jewel the year before or whatever. But he just pops up and goes, I'm in this match. And it's, no, you can't be that guy and win the briefcase. Like, I want to see the briefcase. I want threats. I want all this stuff for it.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's such a global phenomenon name man that, like, you know, exactly, Justin, that too. I wasn't even going to get into there, but you brought it up. So, yeah, let's go there. It's the same as Theory last year. At least with Theory last year, though, there was the stuff with Vince McMahon going on behind it. Like, he was Vince's right-hand man. So, like, sure, the boss is showing favoritism, throwing him in the match. Cool, done. This was literally, he showed up and was like, I'm in the match now. And it's like, how? Ricochet, Ricochet had to beat somebody. Shinsuke, like, everybody had to beat people to get in there. People that, quite frankly, deserve to be in there more than Logan Paul does. If they were going to if they wanted to add a seventh person, do a second chance, whatever, free-for-all, battle royal, whatever, and have Montez Ford and Bronson Reed in there. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, bring them all in. Have a second chance thing. I would love to see Bronson Reed in this. I would love to see Montez Ford in here. Yeah. Nothing against, again, Logan Paul's work as a wrestler and everything, but I would rather see either one of those two in besides Logan Paul. And instead he's added. So if he wins it, I understand the money, the name. No. Go to hell. But I don't have to worry about that because let me talk to you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's taking it, baby.
He's taking it. And it's crazy because, I mean, what you said, it's believable. I mean, as much as you don't want it to have Logan Paul be added to the match, I mean, that's what happened to Austin Theory. That's why I said it could be similar, but you brought the man up. There is no way in hell, give me a second.
Yeah.
In hell, he is losing. I mean, am I right? I mean, Vince, Trips, they've all made bad decisions. But this is a decision I think each and every wrestling fan knows. It's got to be LA Knight. And I said it, and I'll still stand by it. I don't see him as the world heavyweight champion, but maybe that's just because I don't see him enough, you know? But as of right now, I can't see that. I know. You
Dude,
love him.
NWA, the pop he got on Monday, when he came out.
I know.
And that little, just that bit, like, he just does so much with the not a lot of time he has. And I know, I know that I'm biased because I loved him in NXT.
Yep.
But goddamn, like, oh my God. Tom, I hate that so much, man. Jesus Christ. You're so right, though. And that's what I mean. I keep seeing, that's why it, like, fires me up so much, because I keep seeing really good, sensible, logical points like that I'm like, no.
But maybe that's what Trips is doing, Keith. Maybe Trips is saying, you know what? I'm going to do something similar to Vince, but then I'm going to have LA. Yeah. I mean, that's how you boost LA Knight. That's how you have LA Knight go over on these guys. Let's bring it up. So we got Ricochet, Logan, Shinsuke. He's been in the spotlight often on Raw. I love it. Damian, Butch, and of course, LA Knight. This is going to be really fun. Again, it's in London. You know, it's early. Having pay-per-views early. Having pay-per-views early is cool. It's what you want as a fan. And I dig it just because I know Logan Paul. I mean, you just named, you know, the Rumble. His match with Roman and Saudi, his match with what's his face at WrestleMania, Seth. I mean, his moment at the Rumble. I mean, this is what this guy does, and this is what this guy said he was going to do: make moments, put him in a ladder match. That's a moment, Keith. That sells. You know, that's like Okada. Sure. I said it. Okada. We're done with AEW. Okada and Brant and Danielson. That sells. You don't need to be a New Japan fan. You don't need to be a ROH. ROH WWE fan of Daniel Bryan. That sells. This sells. As much as we don't like it, it sells, and I think it's a smart decision. There's a chance. There's a chance that LA Knight does not walk out. And it's just, I mean, these are worthy competitors too. I mean, right there. I mean,
but that's my, I was just about to say that though. Like, that's my thing. If LA Knight doesn't, I'll be upset. But if LA Knight doesn't and Priest does, awesome. If LA Knight doesn't and Shinsuke does.
What up, buddy?
Awesome. You know? Let's go,
Tito, my man. He's got a lot of great content, Keith. Chicago White Sox fan. I feel bad for him, but he does a podcast each and every week about the White Sox. Hey, if you're a passionate fan, I will watch. Good shit, Tino. Money in the Bank. It's not just about the briefcase. It's not just about the Money in the Bank. It's also about the Bloodline, and I want to get into that. We can go to the women's match after this, but this is something that's special. As much as I want to see LA Knight win, as much as I maybe want to see Trish win, a Hall of Famer win, and see something like that, the Bloodline, they're the cream of the crop. I mean, they are rising to the top. I think that's why we named the network the Bloodline, because it's just essential. I mean, you need the Bloodline to be inserted into a pay-per-view for it to sell. Yes, Logan's going to sell. Yes, LA Knight's selling. But to have what we're having right now with the Bloodline, I mean, I'm not going to say it was just when Roman was gone. I understood I understand that he's not supposed to be on every, pay-per-view, every TV show, every Raw, every SmackDown. That's just what he does. And it makes sense for his character. But now he's back and we get Jay and Jimmy in the mix. And now even Paul's in the mix. It's just like, I want to see LA Knight win, but I kind of want to see the Bloodline more. Let me hear from you. What do you think? Is it just cool? Add Bloodline to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. This is going to be cool. Or is it just like, okay, I'm here for both, maybe a little more with the Bloodline. What up, Streets? How you doing, buddy?
It's good, bro.
He doesn't know your name. What's good, Nick?
That's all right. No, I mean, I'm with you, Devin. Everyone stop doing it. Everyone stop putting it in the universe. It's already out there.
Tom agrees.
God damn it.
Come on, Tom.
I'll just, I guess, before I go on the Bloodline with it, that's like the last thing. Is just like I was saying, if LA Knight doesn't win it, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
But if Priest wins it, fine. If Shinsuke wins it, fine.
Yes.
If Butch wins it, fine. If Ricochet wins it, fine. Any of them. I don't want Logan to win it. If any of the full-timers win it who had to qualify for the match, great. If Logan wins it, I'll be pissed. But everybody's right. It's probably going to happen just to ruin our lives and for all that promotion of on his podcast and, fucking carrying it out with him to go and all this. Yeah, it's the worst juju, Justin. It's the worst juju. But anyway, I'm with you. I mean, Money in the Bank is obviously the name of the pay-per-view is the matches. So like everyone's obviously all excited for those, which is great. And I am one of them. If nothing else, I'm super excited for the women's one as well, because there's no women's title match on Money in the Bank card as of now. So that's less of a chance that we're getting to cash in immediately when it's won. Doesn't stop it from the next night, but whatever, cross that bridge.
Let's get back to the Civil War.
The Bloodline, yes, this is going to be. This is great. I'm gonna go on the limb and say it. The Bloodline is the best storyline that's happened in all of wrestling since like McMahon Austin. Right? That might be bold to say, and I'll take any kind of flack for that. But I mean,
not from Devin.
I enjoyed I'm in the minority that I enjoyed the Invasion storyline when I was a kid watching it live, because I still thought wrestling was real, and I was like, oh my God, what if WCW wins? Oh my God. So like I enjoyed it then. Looking back, trash. But Austin McMahon was a huge thing. The Bloodline has been maybe not better. It's been at least as good as that, though. And it's trumped any other storyline I can think of over the years. Even your original pipe bomb, WWE Summer of Punk, whatever.
Yeah.
The Bloodline has taken it, man. It's been everywhere, and now we finally get to see the implosion. I'm stoked for this match.
Yeah,
I'm like, because of all of the unknown, the everything around it. I mean, if Roman and Solo win, do Jimmy and Jay fall back in line? If Jimmy and Jay win, does Solo go, Roman, you're weak, and go with them and be like, sorry, man, had to test and whatever, had to follow what was good. Do we see the first, or not first, but do we see a same night men's cash in this year instead, since there is going to be a women's one? Does whoever it is, whoever's going to win it, and Roman and Solo get beat, Roman's hurt, Logan Paul comes running out with the briefcase and cashes in. Who knows? You know? So it's going to be awesome. I mean, it's going to be the culmination of the story. The only downside is that's not even a downside. I guess it's I just really hope this isn't the end of the Bloodline storyline, because I'm not done. I want more.
Yeah. I feel like there's got to be more, just because it can't just end at Money in the Bank. As much as this has been an awesome story, and not everything or nothing can last forever. I feel like there's been ups and downs, but maybe that was on purpose for the Bloodline story. I mean, again, Roman doesn't have to be on TV. That kind of hurt the storyline, but they still had things going with Jimmy and Jay and Sammy and KO, which was okay. It was just, a little confusing, because we brought it up before, where it's just like, okay, now Sammy and KO, they don't know if they can trust each other. No. That's not what it's about. It's about the Bloodline. It's back full force. We're going to see it in London. You brought up the women's. Let's talk about the women's. Trish was added, as well as, no, that was it. She was the last competitor. So we got Vega, we got Lynch, we got Trish's, Starks, Io, and Bailey. It's again, this is a match where it's not, where you don't know. It could be Trish. You really hope it is Io, but it might be Starks, because that makes sense with Trish. But it might be Bailey, because we haven't seen her, and they're going to rebuild her in this storyline with Io and all that, blah blah blah. And then maybe even Lynch. I mean, Lynch. It makes sense if Lynch wins, because I've been saying it for years now, for months. Those titles, whenever she's ready, she's going to be champion. Yeah. And it's just, everything is believable. I don't want to say Trips is doing a hell of a job. I just think this is a really, really interesting women's match for this year at Money in the Bank, just because you don't know. And because, I'm going to say it, Trips, he's, head of creative. He's not going to have Otis win. He's not going to have Carmella win twice. We're not doing that. This elevates the superstar. This elevates the wrestler. That's why we have Money in the Bank. Yeah. So I'm excited. Let's hear it, man. What do you got with the women's?
Bold prediction right now. Day of Money in the Bank, Cyndi Lauper shows up. Is added to the match as the 7th woman who wins it all.
There you go. What about?
No, I mean, I would love it. I don't think it's going to happen, but
no.
I would like to see them add a 7th person. I don't know who it would be.
Yeah.
Maybe Bianca. I know we're all starting to get tired of seeing Bianca, but I could see Bianca getting added.
They did tease that, yeah. Charlotte.
But I mean, oh my God. She's already got a title shot. She doesn't need Money in the Bank.
She is the line. I am the table.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Looking at the women's bracket, I mean, I just went through everything with the men's one being I just don't want Logan Paul to win. With the women's, it could literally be any of them.
Yeah.
Except I don't think it's going to be Zelina.
No.
She's the only one I don't
think. She got her
time.
That's
not the possibility, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Zelina. But any of the other 5, absolutely. They could win it. Yeah. There's all kinds of storyline for any of the 5 of them winning it. It's all there.
But it seems like there's a but coming. Is it Io? You think Io?
I mean, I don't know, though. I don't know now, because I feel like at the time when I said Io, and maybe I'm wrong, someone will fact check us, likely Justin. I think at the time when I said Io, I don't know that Bailey was in it yet.
Okay.
I don't know that Bailey had qualified, but now with Bailey in there, I feel like that story is still going to go forward, but I don't know that Io is going to win it now with it, because I feel like there might be something where Bailey prevents Io from winning it, or Io prevents Bailey from winning it, one of those two, and then infighting, whatever, and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
She could still, because it could be that she still wins it, and then it's just like the next night, Bailey just like, it was competition. I'm sorry, but I got your back. So thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm stoked for that one because as of now, there's no women's title match on Money in the Bank, so there's no chance of them cashing in the same night. The women's Money in the Bank winner cashing in the same night, which I'm for. That's like I said that last time too. That's like one of the only things I want out of Money in the Bank is I want whichever woman wins it. What I just said. Whoever gets
sound
it,
like me now.
Hold it. Because like I looked it up earlier in like last week or something because one of the other like news inside the ropes from London or from England, whatever, Scotland. They posted a thing just like what's like a crazy like wrestling fact that sounds made up but is true. And I put it in about women's Money in the Bank, just being like of the 5 winners, there's one person that's held it for longer than a day. Technically only one. I mean, technically Asuka held hers for 27 days, but because of the tape delay, she won it and then cashed it, that got the title the next night. But literally outside of Carmella's first one, she held it for 287. Outside of her, everyone has either been within an hour or two, or Asuka and Nikki ASH were the next night.
I forgot about Nikki.
Exactly. Just hold the briefcase. That's the
issue. Yeah.
Build a story with it. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like it was tough I had to look up when I was thinking about that, because I knew like it was a thing, but I had to look up to see who any of them were that won, because I still didn't know. When we were doing our predictions, you like forgot the Bailey one, because it's just like these things, like they win them and then it goes right away. So it's like you don't remember it because it's not a thing. We'll remember Austin Theory because not just because he failed, but because he held it for a long time. Rollins, the heist of the century, waited till the last time he could. Exactly. He had my back.
You did not. He went back and checked. My man.
The heist of the century. Rollins held it to like the last possible minute, cashed in at Mania. Boom. Like, there we go. That's a memorable thing. Edge winning it twice in a row. I mean, that was earlier on and stuff, but just, you gotta give it time. Like, let it build to like make the women's match matter more. And it's going to be, they got a really good opportunity this year with it being of the 6 of them, there's 4 that are like aligned with each other in some way, like Bailey and Io and Trish and Zoe. Yeah. I think Trish and Zoe are going to do more working together stuff, which is fine. But like I said, you build this whole thing of Bailey and Io. You already been teasing it and stuff. There's that whole thing in there. Becky hates them too anyway, too. So she's going to go there. She also hates Trish. Becky hates the other 4, like those 4 also. So like it's all, and then there's, and then there's Zelina.
But let me pull this up because, to be honest, hold on. Let me get rid of this comment. WrestleBread, thank you for tuning in again. This will be the 3rd time we'll say it because we are the best at promoting the Bloodline Entertainment Network. She's going live with the boys for the AEW Forbidden Door predictions. But let's bring this back up, Keith, because to be honest, legitimately, I don't see Io winning. I don't see Bailey winning. You said it. Vega ain't winning. So it leaves us with those 3 ladies. Trish, her homie Starks, and Lynch. I mean, you, to this day, you still think Io's going to win. Or who? Because you kind of sound like you're on the border here.
Well, so like I said, I mean, I think she still will. I'm gonna keep backing that. I'm gonna keep backing my same horse, but I just think, like I said, when I went off with being so sure about Io to begin with, Bailey wasn't in it. And I thought that was going to be that would be the easiest way to build it all. You have Io go in, Io wins it, Io has the thing now, Bailey's jealous, boo 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 boo, damage control is done. With Bailey being in it now, though, Io still could win it, but Bailey could too, and you can still get to that storyline the same way. Whatever. I don't know. I'm still, like I said, I'm still going to back Io, but I will say one of my other predictions was Zoe Stark, and you predicted Trish as one of yours as well.
Yeah.
I think either one of them could do it too. I mean, it's tough. Like, I mean, I know you had just kind of said it, but I'm just sticking with what I said before. It's like literally, I feel like any of them besides Zelina, no hate to Zelina, But any of them
it's
besides
just not
Zelina
gonna
there's so much to there's everything is ready built in if any of those other 5 win it. Especially because like Becky is beefing currently with Trish and Zoe.
Yeah.
Was beefing and probably still has a lot of animosity toward Bailey and Io. So like that's like it's all there. And then Zelina's there too. Which I feel bad about because like
no, she had her time, dude.
She did, but it just, I don't know. Justin brought this one up about I wouldn't mind if Bailey loses the spot to Shotzi.
Oh, yeah.
Because then it makes my Io prediction more, and Bailey can still get involved and still have the nonsense like that. And if Shotzi gets in, that's bringing another person down who's definitely not going to win it. Sorry, Shotzi. I like Shotzi.
Yeah,
but
she ain't going to win.
Well, that's happening.
Yeah, we know that for sure.
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this is another one that like there's only 5 matches announced right now, and I'm sure there'll be at least one more thrown in there beforehand. I don't really know who it would be. I'm praying like hell it's not going to be a women's championship match. And then with anybody, just because if there's a women's championship match, that increases the chances of whoever wins the women's money.
Oh, good point. Good point. Hey, Ritter's on here. What up, brother? How are you?
What's good, bro?
Miss you, buddy. Of course. Yeah.
Shotzi in the bank.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Trips loves her. It could happen. I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
With the rest of that talent that's in there, I don't know that I don't think it's gonna be Shotzi. Even if she does get in.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be her.
Yeah. And the issue, too, is as much as we want Bailey, as much as we want maybe Becky for me, I still think it's Io, just because that's what you do. That's who you give it to. And as much as, we talk shit on Vince, Trips, kind of seems like he knows what he's doing here, Keith. He understands the concept of Money in the Bank. He understands why there is a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, not just a match at WrestleMania. I mean, this is big time. This is how you elevate. And we haven't seen that really. Again, the Theory thing was mainly because of Roman. We haven't seen something like this. We'll probably never see something like Roman again. So that's an issue. You don't really know what to do there. And then, we thought that with Bianca, but now it's going to be fun. It is really fun, but let's pause real quick for some breaking news. Here we go, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy. The BroKast podcast, they're going live. What? On Sunday at 8 a.m. EST. Like Keith's favorite women's wrestler, Bianca Belair. You better go heel, goddammit. They're going live 8 o'clock a.m. to get you ready for AEW Forbidden Door, to get you ready for Money in the Bank. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, you can see the handle there. Go follow them on Twitter at the BroKast. They're going to be talking about WWE Money in the Bank, AEW Forbidden Door. That's going to be your early pre-show for that pay-per-view. Then tune in right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Keith, we promote all night.
Oh yeah,
baby. Dark Side of the Ring, Fortnite. They're talking about some Flash, some Spider-Man. So it's not just going to be about wrestling. It's going to be a little bit about everything. Now, Keith, we're in to overtime. We do have a few more matches. Let's discuss at least one more match here.
Sure.
I wanted this to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to get Dominic Mysterio going one-on-one with JD. If you're still here, let me hear it. Mr. Adversity. He is going one-on-one. It's going to be another battle, Keith. It's going to be another hill that Cody's going to have to climb, because we're just not into Cody. We just don't think he can do it. We just don't know if he can do what his daddy did back in the day. A bunch of bullshit. This is just another effing match to sell some tickets.
Yep.
I'm not going to complain because I love Dom.
Not
and I really dig what Cody's doing, but it's just like, what are we doing, man? Okay, throw him to Dom. Again, Granted, it's going to be a good match, maybe more because of Cody, but at the end of the day, it's elevating both superstars, and that's what you want because it's not about single matches at Money in the Bank.
Right.
Let's hear it, brother. What do you got?
No, I mean, this is going to be, it's going to be a good one. If I wasn't so confident in thank you, Tom. If I was not so confident in LA Knight winning the men's Money in the Bank, I would have tried to predict a clean sweep for the Judgment Day on Money in the Bank.
Oh, kind of like Puerto Rico.
Priest winning
or WrestleMania.
Balor takes the heavyweight title off of Seth. That would have been the toughest one because I don't think Seth's going to lose it for a little bit. Still, it hasn't been that long.
And Cody's ready. Adversity.
But yeah, I mean, we talk every time Dom comes up. We talk about it. Like it's just what a turnaround. What a turnaround for the kid.
Yeah.
We hated him. He was your worst of 2022
for a good reason.
Here we
he still sucks in the ring, to be
absolutely.
honest.
And here we are. But here we are 6 months later, just being like,
doesn't even have to say anything when he gets boos.
Yeah,
doesn't even have to say anything. Like that's good heat. That's good heat, brother.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be a good one. It's Cody's gonna be a good one in there. Exactly.
There
JD.
she is.
Let's go, Dom. Do it for mommy.
Yep.
It's gonna be
interesting too.
Exactly. Like it's gonna be a good match. Like Cody's a good person to put him in there with. Cody's gonna be able to help. Yeah. Kind of like carry him along a little bit, and bring out the good in him and stuff. Yeah. I definitely see some mommy shenanigans going on.
Maybe we get Brandy. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Hip hip hooray. Yeah.
Maybe she'll bring back the Nightmare Collective. Where is Mel? Does anyone remember Mel? Where's Mel? Whatever. Was that what they called, Nightmare Collective, when she had her little whatever? Yeah. But
no clue.
Yeah. It's it's gonna be a good one. I mean, I'm glad there's no way they could go over to the UK and not put Cody on the card.
Exactly.
Cody's huge in the UK.
It's like the MJF dilemma.
So like,
just throw him on the card,
Yeah. Especially now that he's healthy, they got to throw him everywhere. They paid him enough money. They got to get their worth out of him.
Yeah.
And you see it. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram or on Twitter, but Cody is definitely, they're getting their money worth out of him. There's mad shit on him of like Instagram, just like signing like tables full of his little weight belts and shit. Like just they constantly got him just like autograph everything. We own your arm right now.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna get. Let's end it here, brother. What do you think?
Yeah, it works for me.
Babies are about to wake up here.
It's bath night.
Let's promote one more time because God damn it, we haven't done enough of it. So
that's how we do.
We got AEW Forbidden Door predictions right here, WrestleBread at 9 p.m. on the Bloodline Entertainment Network with the Bloodline members. And then tomorrow, as usual, 8:30, I forget. Don't hate me, Dom. You get Top Rope Wrestling Talk with Bruce, Grandma Wendy, and yes, Psycho Dom. He is going to be back with the family. It's going to be really fun, really interesting show. Keith, give it to the people. How can they find you other than the UWPod?
I'm on Twitter at Keith of the Ring. I'm on Instagram at _Keith of the Ring. I also this week randomly created a UWPod related TikTok of my own. I haven't done anything on there at all yet, but look out on TikTok for at Keith of the Ring there as well. We'll see what happens with that.
Nice.
I have enough like TikTok followers of like random, not a ton, but like I have a bunch of TikTok followers for like cooking shit I did and other random stuff. But like when I put wrestling stuff, when I put wrestling things on there, they're just like,
what are you doing, bro?
So I was like, I'd have a different one. These will get some love from people that like wrestling.
Yeah. You can find us.
Me. And then,
right here, Twitter, the UWPod, Insta, UW Podcast, fancy website where you can find BroKast and the UWPod, and then obviously the Bloodline Entertainment Network, bloodlinenetwork.com, Tell me to shut up, Keith. Let's get going here. Peace.
Never.
Yeah, baby.
And here it comes.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Universal Wrestling Podcast.
Slice that blood up and say.
Check us out on the web at TheUWPod.com.
You've got mail.
Or send us an email. info@TheUWPod.com. Universal Wrestling Podcast.
Nobody does it better.